Welcome back to Woodturners Journal. I'm Jerrod.Toth, and today I'm going to be covering two things for my regular subscribers. About 2 years ago, a buddy of mine gave me a piece of desert sage, and I had a little video on just how to, a basic way to dry it out, taking the shavings, putting it in a bag, what to do. But that was about probably roughly around 2 years ago, and I have had this piece sitting here. And I've had several people write me asking, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? Well, I already had an idea of what I'm going to do with it. But now I'm kind of changing what I'm going to do. It's going to be the same principle of what I'm going to do with it. But that goes into my second thing for everybody is I've made a box or two, a couple videos on making a box. And that seems to be a popular topic, where people want to see more boxes. So I already was planning on turning this into a box. I think this would be a nice little box. This could be the lid, this could be the base. And basically, the holdup always was what I wanted to do with all these little gaps. Well, I kept on throwing around ideas, and how I often do, I had an idea of what I was gonna do to fill it in, but I was at the hobby store walking for what I wanted to do to fill it in, and then I came across sand. I've never seen anyone do this. I actually searched online for anyone turning and filling voids with sand or doing a sand inlay, and there's plenty of inlays out there with stone and everything, but everyone always crushes and makes their own, and they make all sorts of colored sands. So I wasn't really positive why nobody has done it. So either it's a horrible idea, or I don't know. I doubt I'm the first person on the face of the earth to think of it, but I'm gonna try to do it today. And I'm thinking, so I picked the blue because I was thinking, desert sage, and I know sage is kind of a greenish blue, but that's the closest thing that they had. And then I thought, I don't know if I'm going to use it, but I thought the black in there would look really sharp too. So maybe a mixture of the two, or maybe just one. I'm not sure. We're going to see. I think I know what I'm going to do. Maybe I don't think the black sand is going to be used at all. I have another idea. But I'm going to get this mounted on the truck here, and then we'll start turning it down to the shape that we want. So here we are. I'm mounted between two centers here. And as you can see, there's some definite wobble here. So I'm going to basically get the rough shape. We'll turn it down, and then we'll start. Let me just shape it right now. Okay, I made a little tenon. I'm going to get it on the chuck now, and then that way I could take off the lid here. This isn't going to be an easy project because I forgot to mention, this is the roots from desert sage. So all these pieces want to come apart. I just had this piece right here fly off and I reattached it. So to do what I want to do, so basically I want to dye everything black, and then I want to fill in all these voids with the blue. I can't fill in the voids with the blue and then dye it black, because then I'm going to end up dyeing the blue black. Also, I wanted to shape it more, but the more I turn it, the more it wants to come apart. Like, this is really delicate and fragile. So I need to fill in these voids and get the glue in there to hold it, or else this is going to keep happening. So I'm going to go ahead and dye it black, fill in the voids, try to get this to the shape I want, and hopefully I don't ruin it too much. We'll see exactly what happens. I'll show you a little bit of the process of me filling it in and dyeing it, and then I'll finish it. When we come back, I'll continue shaping. All right, I'm going to take my dye. That came right off. I'm going to sand some of this off. It's not going to be all just pitch black. So I don't mind losing some of it when I turn. All right, that's all dyed. Now we'll see if this works. Basically, I put the sand in a little squirt bottle. I'm going to fill these little voids. And then CA glue it. Let that dry. All right, I'm going to keep doing that, and when we come back I'll have all the little cracks and voids filled, and then I'll work on the lid some more. All right, so I filled in all the voids, and I don't know if this lid, using this as a lid's going to work, and the bottom, I don't know if it's going to work, because there is cracks and all this. It's just pieces that are put together like that. It grew, and it wants to fall apart. So I'm thinking about making a straight line cut eventually. And then I have a piece of, a real thick piece of maple that I'm thinking about maybe using for the lid, and then using it for the base as well. And then we'll have this in the middle. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna scrape off and see what we got. And I want to show you also here. I put on painter's tape because there was a huge crack going down. So I put painter's tape right here and filled it with sand, and I had it off the chalk to basically fill it, and then glue it to kind of rebuild it. So let's try to, let's see what we got here. I don't know about you, but I am liking that. I like all the black. I love the blue. The blue got real blue. I think it looks sharp. Some people may not like the black dye that's kind of cloudy in there and whatnot, but I think it's good. I think it kind of brings a different dimension to all of it. The lighter tan, then the darker brown, the blue, the black. I think it's great looking. All right. I'm gonna hollow it out really fast. All right, so we took the drill bit, drilled this out. I still have to kind of shape it a little bit on the inside, not too much. This isn't really that big of a piece. But I have a 3x3 piece of hard maple that before I do anything, I want a little bit of a lip. So this is kind of a thick piece, but I'll turn it down, but it'll give me plenty to work with. I'm gonna glue this on and let that rest, and then I'll cut this off and glue another piece. So then we'll have a base. The base is gonna be thicker, but the lip is gonna be pretty thin, maybe, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, somewhere in there. It's not gonna be that thick. So I'm gonna glue it in, and I think once I finish this wood, it's gonna match this really well, and it'll be a good contrast. So, or it'll completely ruin it, who knows? I'm just going with what I think at the moment of what I think will look good. So I'm putting plenty of glue there. And the whole reason I want to put this lip on first, like I said, this is pretty brittle. It seems like the sand I put in there with the CA glue, that seems to be holding pretty well. But when I start getting in there and hollowing it out, I have no idea if it will. I don't want it to blow up on me. So we'll push that on. And I think we're good. I'm gonna let that rest. Let that dry, maybe overnight. And when I come back, we'll round this out, cut a hole in it, and then we'll basically use that to hold on to, so then I could take the bottom off. So that's next in the project. All right, here we are. It's dried, and now I'm just gonna turn this round really fast. So then we could flip it around and get another block glued up on here. All right, so I kind of polished it again, just sanded it really quick, and I'm gonna cut just about that much off. I only want a little lip. I am gonna make a lid that goes on here, but I only want a little lip to help stabilize this at the moment. We're gonna do that, and then we'll flip it around, and then we're gonna put another piece of maple on the bottom here. So let's cut that off. All right, I drilled, this is a little bit smaller. I think the first Forstner bit, I used a 2-inch. This is an 1 5/8. And the reason I went a little bit smaller is because I'm going to put this in there and it's going to mark it up. And this way I could turn it back around later and then smooth it all out, and I still have plenty of material to take away from there. So with that being said, I'm going to flip it around on the chuck and we'll start taking that off to get the next piece of maple glued on. All right, so I just glued on the base, and then this right here is going to be a tenon for me to hold on to as I shape everything, and then hollow out the rest of it. And so I'm going to let this dry overnight, and then we'll round this off, shape the bottom, and then flip it around. Okay, I think I like the overall shape. This is the bottom, that's the top. It's going to be cut off here, and we'll round it out. Doing this, it looks like I got to fill in some more. You saw the procedure and how I did that, so I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm gonna fill that in really fast, give it a quick sanding, maybe put some shine juice on there, and then we'll flip it around to hollow the inside of it. So when we come back, all that will be done. I'll probably straighten this out a little bit. This will be a tenon for a moment, and we'll clamp onto this and then do the inside. And that's going to be a lot more sturdy, and it's not going to fly apart on me. So when we come back, that's what we'll be doing. All right, I have my Carter hollowing system on, and that's just because it's so tight. I can't really get in there too well. I'm only going to take out just a little bit, and I got to be really delicate with this, because how I put the sand in there to hold all the gaps together, there's none of that on the inside. I did throw a little CA glue in there to help hold it together, but it still could get a catch. So I'm only going to take out, I'm going to smooth out the bottom, and I'm going to just take out just a little bit. I'm not going to get too crazy on this. It's a small little box, so it doesn't have to be, completely, the walls can't be too thin as it is. So with that said, I'm going to get started on this. All right, at the moment you can't really see, but the inside looks pretty good. I think that's as far as I'm going to go. Like I said, I just wanted to take a little bit off the sides. It kind of goes in and then follows the shape of it just a bit, and looks pretty good. I'm thinking about taking some clear coat resin and sealing the inside, just another layer of protection to hold it together in the future. You know, like I said, because this whole thing kind of grew together like this, and it doesn't really want to stay together. The outside's holding pretty well with all the gaps filled, but I think that's what I'm going to want to do. So I'll do that next. All right, so the inside dried, and now we're going to make the lid. And all I did was I have a piece of maple here, and then I put a couple beads of hot glue to hold it on. And then I used a lot of hot glue because I'm going to make a little tenon here. So after I shape it to the size that we need, we could take this off, put it on the chuck, and then shape it from there. So right now I'm just going to round it out, get it to the size that I want. All right, I have it roughly turned to the shape. It's not perfect, but we'll get there. I'm going to take this off. We're going to clamp this to the chuck and then start turning it down where this will fit inside of here to make the lid. So let's do that next. All right, that's the lid. I'm probably, just so it has a nice snug fit on the inner lip, I'm probably going to put cork around it, and that way it will, stay on and pop off. So I'm going to flip around this on the chuck, the main vessel here on the chuck, and then we'll cut this off, and that should be about it. We'll finish it up. Here it is. Just a simple form, but it actually turned out to be kind of a difficult project, believe it or not. With all the pieces, like I said, it kind of wanted to come apart on me, and filling in the voids helped, but it's still doing the inside. And even the inside, I didn't go crazy hollowing this out, making it thin, because I'm afraid it's kind of fragile wood. So if you're using desert sage on your own in the future, I would be careful, because it seems kind of brittle, like it wants to fall apart. So I didn't go that crazy, taking it out. I just kind of opened it up just a little bit, just a hair, and then like I said, and then I reinforced it with see-through acrylic. Put the cork on the inside so the lid fits really nice. And then all in all though, I think it came out really, really nice. I like how I put the dye on and then kind of sanded it out so you get like this cloudy black on there. I think it's a nice, it just kind of highlights the already natural black lines that are on the twisted wood. But I'm pretty happy with it. It kind of reminds me of an old-fashioned milk jug is the shape that I was going with. So I'm pretty happy with it. Once again, I want to thank you for watching my video. Thank you everybody who writes me. I do my best to write everyone back, and I appreciate all the comments. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, I have more projects coming, more projects like this. Please subscribe. And for people getting started and people who are maybe already involved, there's a Woodturners Journal Facebook page that it's just a group for everyone to share their work and then discuss and ask questions and basically help each other out and learn about wood turning. So even if you have an interest and you haven't started and you think you just want to learn about it and it may be something for you, check it out. Everyone there is really nice, really great. They share all their pictures and projects that they're working on, and you know, we have a lot of new people that, like I said, keep on asking questions about lathes that they should get and things along those lines, and it's just a great community. So it's called Woodturners Journal. The link is below this. So go ahead, check that out if you're interested in joining that on Facebook. And once again, please subscribe to my channel, and just thank you.